NBA quick hits for Saturday the 19th of September. We had game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, Denver against the Lakers. Denver obviously coming off another 7-game series. The Lakers were fresh, and that was really what happened in today's game. It sort of stuck to that theme. So quickly look at the passing of the Lakers, because that was exceptional. Bit about AD's dominance, the impact of Dwight, which changed the game in that second quarter, and then just the overall fact that Denver looked quite tired. So just to start off with the passing, LeBron and Rondo really took control of that side of things for the Lakers. They were seeing the floor well. They were really showing their IQ. They were making smart decisions. They were hitting the perimeter when the middle was clogged. They were then finding cutters. They were executing lobs with their big men. So it was a real clinic for the Lakers side of things, and that put Denver under a lot of pressure early, but they did manage to stick with them. Then for the Denver side of things, they don't really have a matchup for AD. So AD pretty quickly proved his dominance. Denver did try Millsap. They tried a bit of Jokic, as well as Plumlee, and even a bit of Grant. But nothing worked because AD finished with 37 points on only 21 shots in 32 minutes of play. So going forward, that's going to prove a massive dilemma for the Nuggets, because there's no right matchup for them. If you put on someone like Millsap or Grant, AD's got the size over them, and then as soon as you put Plumlee or Jokic on AD, he just uses his quickness and skill. So that's going to be a tough one for Denver to overcome. Then I want to quickly look at Dwight's impact. So he hadn't played at all, really. Obviously, there was no room for him in that Houston series with Houston small ball, but he came in and his role was to neutralize Jokic, and he did a phenomenal job at that. So he had active hands here on the screen to be able to get the steal. Then you can see on this possession, he just stays with the play, recovers to get the block on Jokic. Then, as the same game sort of wore on, Jokic got visibly frustrated. You can see here AD baited Jokic into offensive foul. And then we have Dwight staying in the play again, using his help D to get the block on the Harris drive. And then here he just outworks Millsap for the putback. So really impressive from Dwight. The Lakers will be really happy with what they got from him. And he's making Jokic work on both sides of the ball and being really physical with him. So you'd expect Dwight to start game 2 as a result of that. For Denver, they were just looking really tired. I mean, when you're really tired, you make poor decisions, you don't work hard defensively, and that's why in the second quarter, the Lakers were in the bonus with 8.5 minutes left. So Denver were being really sloppy, and they weren't focusing at all on the defensive side of the ball, giving away silly fouls, and it just gave the Lakers easy buckets, getting them to the line pretty much whenever they wanted. So this does really follow the trend of game 1 in the last series for Denver, where they got blown out by the Clippers, and then it needed them to, be at the 3-1 elimination stage for them to fire up again. So will it happen again? I certainly hope so, because it'd be a pretty sick spectacle to happen for a 3rd time in a row, and it'd be the ultimate story. But I just get the impression the Nuggets have run out of gas, so we'll see how they go game 2. But the Lakers aren't the Clippers, so I don't expect them to blow any sort of lead. Tomorrow, make or break for the Celtics, game 3 of that Eastern Conference Finals. So it's a very crucial one for the Celts. They'd be pretty unlucky to be down 2-0, because the series doesn't reflect that, being really close games in both 1 and 2. So we'll see how things go tomorrow. I'm really excited for it. It's looking like Gordon Hayward will be back, so we'll see what impact he can make, but we'll check in with that tomorrow following that game.